Professor Sen, I don't know how closely you are following the Bengal elections, but because it is round the corner virtually, everything that is happening now in the state and outside is being viewed through the prism of the 2021 Assembly elections in Bengal. And we have the BJP making a huge push to gain control, oust Mamata Banerjee, and she, of course, is fighting right back. What do you feel are the ramifications of the BJP's bid to enter Bengal? What are your concerns about these elections?
Well, I would like some clarity, some more clarity about what the fight is about. To the extent that BJP is an Indian political party and has the right to fight the election, I have no objection to their getting into the fight. The question arises about there are two questions really. One is the issue of communalism. And Bengal has paid a very heavy price at some stage. I still remember being in Kolkata when middle of the night I could hear Muslims being killed, whether in Koyutola or wherever it is, and you could hear these screams which still keep me up. I was also in Dhaka when I saw both Muslims and Hindus being killed. Now the communalism may begin in a small way, and it did. Even in 1937, Congress was winning elections, and there was very little communalism. The first Muslim League government in Bengal was in 1946, the year before the independence and partition. And within four years, the Bhasha Andolan, their language movement, had started. So it's a very thin period of communalism, but it made blood flow, Hindu blood, Muslim blood, in all directions. So there are a lot of people who play around with communalism, haven't been as unfortunate as I have in seeing how much blood can come out, how much atrocities can be committed in what begins by looking just like a cultural thing about Hindu culture versus Muslim culture, but it ends up being a dramatically nasty, cruel affair. So that's very important. It's important also in the context that there are parties which are, of course, very committed to keep communalism out, and Trinamool is certainly one of them. But so is CPM, so is Congress, and to the extent that they tend to think that defeating a political party, in this case Trinamool, is more important than keeping communalism out, I think they make a mistake, because communalism is a snake that may look perfectly innocent, but once it bites, you are in a really bad position. So I think there is need for clarity. I mean, there is everything to be said for a healthy political fight between parties, between CPM and Trinamool and Congress and so on. But there is an overarching fact that the parties which do not want communalism have reason to support each other to that extent and not regard that the defeat of another non-communal party to be the best thing that they can achieve. So there is a need for clarity of thinking. I would look